Hey everyone, and welcome back to Cochise County. You can see that there's a new dome here. So we finished the second dome a little over a week ago. This is a 12-foot kitchen dome that's connected to the existing 13-foot one, and we had another great workshop out here. And just like the other videos, I'm gonna just walk around and tell you a little bit about the experience. All right, so here is the new dome. Like I said, the purpose of this one is to be the kitchen in this tiny house, super adobe tiny house. So this is a 12-foot dome, and it took us about 6.5 days to build this thing. I would say we had at least 8 or 9 people the whole time, with more on the weekend. And you can see that we put a pipe in the wall to run some water and possibly electric in and out of the dome. This is the hallway connection to the first dome. And shout out to Jared, the amazing Jared, who led the workshop here. He said this was one of the cleaner, if not the cleanest hallway connection he's seen. The previous form just really fit nicely into the existing hallway there. So you can see how that comes together. And there's rebar that we hammered in to the bags there where they overlap to provide some extra strength. So that's pretty cool, but I'll give you the little tour inside of here. Still looks like a bit of a construction zone. I put some tools in here, so this is functional space now. These things need to be protected from the sun, so that's what they're doing in here. And you can see we've got 3 windows in here. So we made a couple more window forms for this dome. And it's just such a cool space. I love looking at the rings that come together at the top. And Jared also put a 2x4 up there so I can hang some light fixtures or a chandelier or something if I want to get real fancy. Don't know if that'll happen. This is my new favorite feature, which is there's a hallway that I can walk through, which is pretty cool. And this is what the connection looks like from the inside. So we're gonna have to fill in these gaps with plaster at some point, but that is not a big deal. And then we're back to the first dome that we built, and still looking pretty good. So that's most of the progress. I showed you the plastering, and this is, again, we have the foundation done for the bedroom dome. It's unclear if I'm going to actually attempt to finish that before the summer heat kicks in or not. I don't want to have it halfway done and then just have the bags be exposed to the elements all summer when the sun is really intense and there's a lot of rain and stuff. So that's going to depend on if there's enough people and I guess my own ambition or energy levels. This whole project is taking a lot out of me, kind of in every way. It's taking a lot financially, and then just it's very tiring physically. Digging the trenches has been the hardest part. Again, thanks to my friend and neighbor Jim, who has been helping me a lot with that. It's also just a lot of mental energy to make sure that I'm totally prepared when these groups of people show up. I want everything to go really smoothly and everyone to have a positive experience. And so there's a lot of little details. Huge thank you to Noah Lani, who has been doing the food for the workshops. She's doing an awesome job, and a lot of people have commented what a difference having this awesome food and a catered event has made. It's kind of like night and day. And so I want people to feel cared for and appreciated when they're here helping me build this house. And so far that's happening, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more in a minute. Okay, I'm back here in the dome, and FYI, these videos, they are going to be more just like a video blog or podcast style. I know some people said you like to see the construction process and all that, or like a time lapse. I just I don't have the bandwidth to do that, and there's already channels out there doing an awesome job with that kind of a thing. I would recommend Tiny Shiny Home if you're looking for more like a play-by-play video recap. I'm here to kind of just describe the experience to you and show progress updates. So on the note of people having such a great time out here, there were a few people who were going around looking at properties out here after the workshop, and there was already a pretty strong community of off-grid folks out here building their own houses and stuff, which is awesome. I just this is kind of intriguing to me because having more friends, like-minded people out here would potentially help me in my project. The more people working together, your odds of success go up. The challenge is this is such a hard thing to pull off. Like I said, there's no way around it. Like a project like this, it can, realistically, it's probably going to cost several $100,000. I mean, maybe you could do it for closer to 100,000. Um, but either way, it's a lot of money. So this, just to kind of be a reality check, like Cochise County, people have told me is also known as the land of broken dreams, and I would say probably most people who come out here trying to do this end up failing. I think the number one reason is just people run out of money, or they pick a project that's like too ambitious, and then it's halfway done, and you realize you can't do the whole thing, and you drive around here, and there are a lot of RVs with some kind of like structure looking thing next to it, and um, so I think a lot of these projects never really reach completion. So that's what I'm trying to give people fair warning about who are thinking about moving out here is you really need to be prepared. I would recommend having a few $100,000 to spend on this project, and that doesn't even include like having a savings. So you probably even need more money than that saved up. And I personally spent 5 or 6 years working as a web developer, which was a job I took specifically because I knew I could earn a lot of money. And I worked that job that I really didn't like for that amount of time just to have enough cash to give myself a realistic chance at succeeding here. This to me is really a life and death struggle because we have to become free human beings and we have to be able to provide for ourselves. And if we don't, then we're stuck on this way of living that dominates our world right now, which is not sustainable. And if something's not sustainable, like it's got to end eventually. And life just cannot continue on this planet the way that we're living right now, from a spiritual or physical perspective. So that's why this project's so important to me, and I wanted to give myself the best chance of succeeding as possible. I don't think this is a given at any point, even though we've made amazing progress so far. Um, it's definitely costing way more than I had anticipated, and it also just takes a lot of energy, to pull in all the people to come out here and make these workshops happen. It takes a lot of networking and behind the scenes work, investing in relationships, which is good. It just again, all these things take energy. The physical labor, the mental preparation of making sure I have all the materials and backup systems, and then again the financial resources. Which even though I had a decent chunk of cash saved up, it's finite, and it does go faster. Everyone told me this would be more expensive than I was thinking, and that is the case. So I think I will still finish the house. I'm probably just gonna have less money left over than I anticipated. So I'm just saying all this to kind of give a window into what I'm going through. I think a lot of people come out to the workshop. We have this amazing week. Most people describe it as like magical or inspiring, and I would describe it as magical. It's been some of the most fun and meaningful experiences of my life. But like I said, there was at least 6 years of just saving up the money to make this happen, and there's a lot of work that people don't see. I'm usually up. A lot of times I'm up late, thinking through materials and making sure I can get everything on time, and setting up the work site for people to be here. There's a lot of solo work that I do by myself when maybe I'd rather be sitting around watching YouTube or something, that I do because I'm just so determined to have this be a successful project and have this be a place where people can come and relax and experience something different. So I just it's great that people are thinking about moving out here, but this is not the kind of thing you can do on a whim and expect it to be a positive outcome. I'm just trying to be like a reality check, and that's what it really takes to succeed out here is the preparation. This is kind of the tip of the iceberg when people come out here. What you're not seeing is all the work and years of planning and preparation that went into this. So having said that, if people are prepared and do want to move out here, this could turn into a really special thing, a real community of people who we can help each other. It's yeah. So I don't know if this is actually ever going to happen or not. but the possibility is kind of intriguing, and I kind of think it will happen eventually, which would be really cool. I mean, this could be the start of a movement, and if people are prepared and they are taking their time and we're doing this thing the right way from the ground up, it could turn into a really awesome place that eventually will become easier, if we do have a community and things are growing and flourishing. Eventually, it could become easier for people to do something similar. So anyway, that's what I've been thinking a lot about since the end of the last workshop. I think there's a lot of potential and maybe new challenges ahead, which is good. And again, maybe none of this will come to pass. I have no idea. So at the moment, I'm just kind of focused on uh, setting realistic goals to accomplish around here before the summer heat sets in. And we might be doing another workshop next month if it works out. And probably it's looking like I'll be finishing up the house in the fall at this point, which is totally fine. And I think I will finish the house by the end of this year. And that's awesome. So anyway, that's a little look into what's going on around here. I hope you found that interesting and maybe helpful. And I will be talking to you as there are new developments.